Hey, welcome to the farm. Out in the field, summer, and looking at the chard. Chard is, it's just one of those crops that's just one of the most, it's like a base crop of our farm. And I think for many market farms, it's just, of course you're gonna grow it, and it seems to always do well. It grows a lot, grows fast, and we're always gonna sell, 50 bunches at the market or whatever, depending on the market. And week in, week out, pretty much year round, in the winter, in the summer, it is such an important crop. And we only grow the rainbow chard, and that's it. And we don't even have to make a lot of space for it because it's just so prolific. We do it 2 rows, so this would be a 2-row gritter. We usually try to grow the plants big before they go out, and that's just because we want to plant them as late as possible so they do well and not have any frost damage to them. And we usually have stuff in the greenhouses, in our hoop houses, that is providing for us before that. So sometimes we got to go through and clean it up, and then we'll just take out the outside leaves. But I'll show you how we harvest them. One thing we do is we just take off the outside leaves that don't look so good, and then we'll just take out a bunch of the center stuff, just like that, right? And then we harvest them, and we'll put them in a harvest tote, bring them to the wash station, and dunk them in big tanks of cold water, and that's it. But you can see how fast that is. You don't have to leave anything on a plant, right? You can see there's just the small leaves, which I don't want anyway. But that's all we leave. We've had people who, they'll come in and they'll grab a leaf, and, like that. They're like, oh, don't do that, just come in, grab them all, throw them in the thing. Anything you don't like, chuck it out, But that's why it's such a great crop, because it's just, it is difficult to harvest it slowly. I know some people can do that, but it's such an easy crop. And, as long as you don't get futzy about it. And I try not to make the bunches too big, even though it's kind of easy to do that. But I think people want to buy, what we would do is do a deal where we do, a bunch of chard, a bunch of kale. You buy like 3 mix and match bunches for a certain price. And people are normally going to buy 2 bunches, but this way it gets them to buy 3 bunches. And for kale, which is here, we do the same thing. So we would grab the outside leaves that are no good, but then just grab all of the other leaves and harvest them the same way. We usually don't bunch them in the field. And then take out anything that doesn't look good. Right? Take all those off. Okay. And we don't leave much on the plant, you see? Can't even take that one. Right? So there's not much left. And all of those are good. One difference with the kale and the chard is we started to do 1 per bed. And that's because we knock down all the leaves on one and take a longer time to get to the end, and we just let it spread out. Because we found, at least on our farm, the more airflow around them, the better, right? Because you can see ones that don't get as much airflow, they'll start to get fungal stuff, right? Which is fine. It happens to the older leaves, but you don't want them to get all over. And I find when they're too crowded, it doesn't work out. You know, and by the time we get back to the end of the row, then that plant has already started to completely fill itself out. Yeah, and it's a year-round crop. Both of them are year-round. I would say that, you know, chard and kale are just a staple. They're the backbone of the crops, at least on our farm, and I imagine on a lot of farms. Because they're so easy, because they're year-round, I mean, I like them, but it's not like something I get excited about because they're always here, they're always around. It's not like I'm waiting for them. So like something like a tomato, you know, oh, I can't wait for the tomatoes. But they're kind of a pillar that keep the farm kind of earning. You know how many you're gonna sell every single week. It doesn't change week to week. That average is gonna be the same. So it's something we absolutely rely on. And different from chard, we'll sell different types of kale, because you can get a problem with kale. We sometimes do, and it's good to have something else to fall back on. And we'll bring all three types. So it's purple, green, and the Lacionado kale. Yeah, so anyway, thanks for coming along and taking a look at the chard and kale, and until next time.